name is Andrew Barras, and I'm getting ready to finish EMDT at Full Sail, and it's a good feeling. I'd like to tell you a bit about sort of my experience. I work at Full Sail. I've worked there now going on my 13th year, and I taught in the classroom for 11 years. And one of the things that I realized as I was doing this was that my students were changing. They were, once you give them a laptop, the whole dynamics of the classroom changes. And so I wanted to sort of learn more about that, I suppose. My new job is as a faculty developer. So I wanted to be able to teach the teachers the most cutting edge stuff I could find. And so in order to do this, I took EMDT. I met some great friends. I was really happy about that. There was a wonderful bunch of people. It's interesting, they're all teachers, almost all of them anyway. And it's funny because when I've graduated from college before, I felt like, oh, well, I won't see most of these people again, but I've never seen these people anyway. We've all just been online, and so I don't see why we can't keep in touch online just like we have been doing. So I look forward to continuing my friendship with many of these people over the years. I don't see why there's a reason why we won't stick together to a certain extent. I did learn a couple of things along the way, and this whole year has been, it isn't so much the technology that I learned. I pretty much knew a lot of that stuff going into it. I actually teach how to use a Mac. I teach how to use some of these things at Full Sail, so that's part of my job. I already know this stuff. But it wasn't so much the technology that changed. It was sort of like opening myself up to a lot of new possibilities. Having taught in the classroom for 11 years, I did it the same way every time. And so what I've learned is that there are multiple ways to teach. There are multiple options, and opening myself up to more options, not just giving a test and then having them, giving a lecture, having them memorize as much as they can the night before, seeing how much they can put down on the test, and then forgetting it. That's not learning. That's test taking. That's memorization. It's not going to cut it anymore. And the students realize this, I think. They've realized it before the teachers have, that school is kind of a game, if you will. It's something that they have to get through to be able to do what they want to do. So I learned a couple of things to pass along to people who are coming into EMDT that I'd like to pass along to you. First of all, I would encourage you to learn all you can and just let the grades take care of themselves. There were only really 2 times in the entire program where I was concerned about my grade, and that's mostly because that I tried a project that was too ambitious in the time that I had. I had to rush it a little bit or whatever. I was really my own worst enemy. I tried ambitious things, I thought, and overall I learned more that way, doing it that way. But don't worry about the grades. Your teachers want you to do well. I've met these people. I've had the unique advantage in my program where I was able to walk over. I'm in the same building as all the teachers are, so I didn't just have to hear them in Wimba. I could go over and see them. I've met them. I've looked into their eyes. I know that they're really dedicated to what they're doing, and they really want you to do well. So they're not trying to trick you. They're not trying to trip you up. This isn't undergrad or high school where they're trying to, it's like a gotcha game. It's not like that. They want you to learn. So just learn as much as you can, and the grades will take care of themselves. Now, related to grades, if you're learning to get your grade, then when your grades stop, then so will your learning. And that would be a tragedy, because the most important thing about this program is that they set you up to continue your education as you go. And as a teacher, we should all be learning, because things are changing so fast right now. I kind of look at education as kind of the Wild West right now, because there's all this, public education is all civilized and it's all, ready to go. And they've been doing it the same way for 100 years, but it's not working anymore. So things are going to change pretty quick, I think, in the next 10 years. And the people who go through this program are going to be the ones who make these changes. And I hope to be there right with you. So good luck, and thank you to all my teachers and my classmates.